If you've ever felt stuck in your own head, overthinking every decision, replaying every scenario, and still not taking any action, this is for you because today we're going to be talking about how to stop overthinking and how to actually start doing in a way that doesn't lead to burnout. You don't need to push harder, you just need a new way of thinking, a new way that feels kinder and lighter and more doable. So let's get into it. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Motherhood Reset. This is day 10 of our Mindset Reset series, and today we're talking about how to stop overthinking. So first, let's just be real about it, okay? Most of us overthink because we care, right? We want to get things right. We want to feel more prepared. We want to make the best decisions and avoid mistakes, and we want the best for our families, right? Especially when it comes to kids, we tend to overthink stuff a lot. And especially as moms, when so much of everything just feels like it's riding on us, right? We go into like this overthinking mode, thinking it will help. But instead of clarity, what we end up doing is we end up spinning in circles, right? Replaying conversations we may have had, second guessing our, choices and decisions, making mental checklists in the middle of the night. So let's talk about how we actually change this. And today I want to offer you 3 mindset shifts that can help you to kind of pull you out of your head and into motion without burning you out. So shift number 1 is focus on progress, not perfection. So we tend to get stuck when we believe we can't start until we have it all figured out, right? And I think we often do this a lot. I do this a lot. It's the perfectionism trap. But sometimes waiting for the right moment just means that you're probably not going to start, right, or anytime soon or at all. So instead, just ask yourself, what is one? It may not be perfect, but what is one honest step that I can take today to tackle something that you've been wanting to do? So let's say it is you feel intimidated by cleaning up the playroom that your kids play in because it's just like too many toys and too many things and stuff, and it's just the thought alone just puts you into frustration mode, right? You don't have to do it all. Like for me, it's the basement. For example, my basement is where stuff goes to be forgotten about, and it is a mess. It's storage, right? I mean, it's all of our stuff that we tend to be pretty minimalistic on our main levels, like where we actually live. But all the stuff, like we still have a lot of stuff because of the kids. We have got 3 girls. There's lots of hand-me-downs, just lots of stuff. And anyway, so all that stuff goes to the basement, and of course it accumulates. And no matter how I try to organize it, it's never going to be perfectly organized. So to tackle that all at once is a very intimidating and frustrating thought, and I don't even want to think about it, but I do little by little. So at any time it goes in disarray and becomes unorganized again, I don't like create a whole day out of it and I'm like, okay, let's just go tackle the basement. No, I'm going to go crazy if I do that. I do one small thing, one shelf here, one box here, so stuff like that. I mean, to me, it is still progress because you're still making little progress, even though you can't see it very visually, but it's there, right? So little progress, just focus on that. Or I mean, another example could be like, let's say you have been overthinking, you're like, okay, I want to join the gym, but I need to join this like specific gym with a pool, or the specific gym that's like only a 5-minute drive from my house. But no, like I have to join this perfect gym, and I'm going to put in like so much time into researching that, perfect option that works for me. It's financially affordable and all that stuff. Stop, right? Like what is the actual goal? The actual goal is for you to exercise, right? It's not for you to actually sign up for gym membership. I mean, that could be your goal, but like probably the goal is for you to actually get some movement. So you could continue researching the perfect gym scenarios or the perfect gym options, but start moving, right? Because that is the ultimate goal. That is the reason why you want to join the gym, assuming that you want to join one. But I'm actually going through that right now, so I'm overthinking because I need to get into a habit of, I'm 5 months postpartum, so I need to, get into the groove of movement. I've been very lazy because, it's just, I'm using the excuse of like, I'm so busy, there's no time and all that stuff, but like I said in the previous video, there's always time, so I don't have an excuse on that, but so just, get a little bit of movement in today. Like today I went for a stroller walk. I'm like, okay, I'm still gonna, I haven't joined the gym yet. I'm still gonna, compare a couple of options, but I'm still gonna get some movement in my day. So stroller walk, do some squats as you're brushing your teeth, right? There is no excuse. You can do little step, okay? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So shift number 2 is get curious instead of being afraid. Fear of doing the wrong thing can often just freeze us and just, freeze us in our tracks, right? But what if instead of trying to avoid failure, what if you simply got curious? Ask yourself, what happens if I just try? Or, what can I learn here? I mean, let's say you've been, I don't know, thinking about starting something new, maybe a creative project, maybe there's a new morning routine that you read about that you really want to try. Maybe you just want to start speaking about your boundaries more as a parent, right? But you keep doubting yourself. So what if, instead of asking yourself, what if I fail, right? Because sometimes we mentally ask ourselves this. What if you say, what might I discover if I gave this a try? And you don't have to commit to it forever. Like, let's say you want to try that new morning routine that you read about, right? Ask yourself, like, what might happen if I try this? Let's see, right? And you try it and does it work for you? That's it. You don't have to commit to it. You're simply experimenting. Or maybe, this is an example from my own life, maybe you want to start waking up a little bit earlier, but you're afraid and you're worried because you're not a morning person and you don't want to you kind of want to commit, but you're afraid that you're not going to commit. And it's just like all of these like overthinking thoughts, right? Just try it and see what happens. Do it for 1 day, do it for 2 days. So I am not a morning person. I've never been a morning person, but ever since my third baby was born, I realized how little time I have in the day for myself doing the stuff that I like to do. So I'm like, oh, I'm not a morning person. I'm not going to wake up at like 6 a.m., but I tried to do it. And do you know what happened? I love the mornings. I love the mornings now. It's still hard for me to function. I still don't really, I still can't really hold a conversation very well early in the morning, but at least it's my time, okay? It's the time before everybody else wakes up in the morning, and it's the time for me to have my coffee in peace and just breathe a little. And, I work on writing my articles and preparing content for this channel. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like I get into the flow. And I never would have been able to do that had I not experimented with waking up early, even though that was a thought that I didn't even want to think about because I'm like, I'm not a morning person. Why would I do that? So just an example of sometimes if we go outside of our comfort zone and use that curiosity instead of fear, sometimes it opens up a lot of interesting doors for us. And so shift number 3 is please ditch the all or nothing mentality, okay? And embrace the small steps that you're taking. Because when life feels overwhelming, I know that everything's, it starts to look like a mountain. And in that mindset, it's really easy to slip into that all or nothing mode. You're thinking, it's similar to my basement scenario. I could be thinking like, what's the point? If I can't do it all, like what's the point of doing it little by little? So in this case, like if I can't tackle the whole basement, what's the point in doing it in pieces? But the truth is, small and doable steps are what actually create that momentum. So if the basement scenario doesn't speak with you, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like your kitchen, right? Maybe you want to clean up your kitchen, but you're afraid of, or like you get overwhelmed at like tackling it all. Don't do the whole kitchen, just unload the dishwasher. That's one win, right? That's like a little bit of progress. And I think the reason why small steps are so powerful is because they can be more consistent than larger steps, right? Small steps don't take a lot of brain power. It doesn't take a lot of will for us to do like little steps. And because of that, we can do them a little bit more consistently. And that the small steps over time leads to big results. So try to begin to notice those moments when your mind, starts racing, and just shift, how you think about your progress and how you think about your fear, and try to take those small steps. And just remember that change doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't have to happen all at once. And even a small shift can make such a big difference. In the next video, I'm going to share small and simple steps. Okay, so these were mindset shifts. The next video is going to be practical steps that you can actually use to move from being stuck in your head to actually doing things, without hustling harder, without forcing yourself, or just running straight into burnout. Okay, so that is coming up in the next video. And when it's ready, I will link it up here. And yeah, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you very much for spending this time with me today. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Eva. I always forget to introduce myself. Really great to meet you. And again, thank you for being here. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.